All right, today we're jumping headfirst into a pretty dark, unfolding mystery. What's cool about this one is we're basically piecing it together just as it happened, moment by moment. It's a dive into a supernatural crime scene, so let's get right to it. So, where does this story kick off? Not with a subtle clue. Nope. It starts with a body. A mortal attendant has been murdered. And the cause of death? Well, it's chillingly simple and just brutally supernatural. Excessive feeding. I mean, you hear that and you know this isn't your average murder. This is a feeding that went way, way off the rails, and it sets a seriously grim stage for the investigators. Okay, so who was the victim? Her name was Marissa, and she wasn't just anyone. She was an attendant at this, let's call it a very specific, very secret place in the vampire world called the Rack. Now, you gotta understand what the Rack is. It's supposed to be a totally sanctioned, controlled environment. Think of it like a safe zone. So a murder here? Whoa, that's not just a crime against a person. It's a huge, flagrant violation of the entire system. It's like a direct challenge to the very laws that keep this whole hidden society from just completely falling apart. So the first threads of the investigation start to pull, and they lead the team to a prime suspect and a pretty weird location, a seemingly totally normal, mundane uniform store. Yeah. So they've got a name, they've got a place to start, but as you're about to see, this case is going to be anything but straightforward. Okay, so to really get a handle on their victim, one of the investigators, a guy named Frost, he decides, you know what, regular police work isn't going to cut it here. They need something more. So he turns to a much darker, much more ancient source of information, blood sorcery. The ritual he performs is called astromancy. It's pretty wild. He takes a lock of Marissa's hair, his own blood, and he's basically trying to divine a secret about her. But here's the clever part. He's not asking who killed her directly. No. Instead, he asks the magic to reveal her greatest strength, hoping that'll give them a whole new angle on this case. And it works. The ritual actually works. But the truth it coughs up is stunning. Marissa's greatest skill? It wasn't kindness, it wasn't diligence, nothing like that. It was deception. The blood magic basically says she was an incredibly skilled liar. And just like that, everything changes. Suddenly, the victim isn't just a victim anymore. She's a whole new mystery all on her own. So, armed with this really unsettling new piece of information, that their victim was a master of deceit, the team heads over to that uniform store. It's time to finally confront their prime suspect, an employee named Leslie. The second they meet Leslie, another investigator, Eric, he uses this vampiric ability he has to kind of see past the human facade. And bam, he confirms their suspicion. Leslie is one of them. He's a vampire. The tension in that room just skyrockets. This isn't just an interrogation anymore. This is now an internal affair. And then something inside Eric just snaps. It's like this powerful, almost primal need to judge the guilty takes over. His whole calm demeanor, gone. He grabs Leslie, eyes blazing with pure rage, and he snarls just one single damning word at him. He can literally sense a transgression, a sin that he is absolutely certain Leslie committed. And Leslie? He is completely blindsided. I mean, he's not just denying it. He seems totally bewildered by this sudden, violent accusation. Imagine it. He has no clue what's going on or why this stranger just grabbed him and is calling him a sinner. This whole thing is about to explode. We're talking a full-on supernatural brawl right there in the middle of a uniform store. But Frost, he's the more level-headed one, right? He draws his weapon, but not on Leslie. It's a warning to both of them. He's just trying to de-escalate, to stop this whole confrontation from turning into a total bloodbath. So after they finally manage to get Eric to back down, Leslie, who is terrified but also kind of defiant, finally gets a chance to tell his side of the story. And his defense? Well, it is so bizarre, it completely changes the entire direction of the investigation. Okay, so Leslie admits it. He was with Marissa at the hotel. But, and this is a huge but, he claims there's a 10-minute chunk of time just gone from his memory. He remembers being with her, and then nothing. Blank space. His very next memory is waking up on the floor, all alone in the room with her body. So this is the big question, right? This is what it all boils down to. Is Leslie a killer who's just faking amnesia to save his own skin? Or is he telling the truth? Could he actually be another victim and this whole plot, his mind wiped and his presence used to frame him for a crime he can't even remember? Leslie offers up one piece of evidence to try and back his story up. He says after he fled the hotel, completely panicked, his very, let's say, distinctive car was stolen. He basically throws down a challenge to the investigators: find my car and you might just find the proof that I'm innocent. And you know what? The investigators, they take the bait. I mean, it's a strange lead for sure, but it's the only one they've got. A quick check with the police union contact confirms at least part of Leslie's story. His grandfather did report the rather garish Cadillac stolen. And this is when things get truly bizarre. I mean, you can't make this stuff up. In a moment of pure, unbelievable coincidence, right as they're talking about the stolen car, a report comes in. The car's been found. And it's not in a chop shop. It's not ditched across town. No, it's parked perfectly right outside the very building they are standing in. Right there. So they rush outside, and the state of this car, it's just the scene of contained chaos. The engine is still running, still warm, the interior seats are just clawed to ribbons, and the whole car just reeks of the swamp, this heavy, foul stench. Yeah, this was not a simple car theft. Something violent, something really, really bizarre happened inside this car. So finding the car, it solves absolutely nothing. In fact, it does the opposite. It shatters the case wide open. I mean, Leslie might actually be innocent after all. But if he is, then what kind of creature tore up this car and just left it there like a calling card? Suddenly, this mystery is so much deeper and darker than they ever imagined. And it leaves us with this one final chilling question. What really happened in that car? And is the true monster still out there, just watching?